Your instincts are just enough. All right, so here was the idea. So it was a girlfriend of mine's, good friend. We knew each other from high school. We ended up going to the same college. So then, of course, very rarely, especially when you're growing up north, do you always end up going to the same college with someone because everybody usually goes out of state. So it was like cool that we both ended up going to the same college. So of course we instantly just clicked up. We was like, okay, we're gonna be friends. And then we found us starting our first job together. So at the job, we both, young, we're like 18, 19, and, there's a lot of older people there. So we're kind of like, attracting the older crowd. They're checking us out because we know we're carrying ourselves real beautiful, real ladylike. So she meets one and I meet the other. So it's like two friends and two friends, right? So we start, like talking to our counterparts, going out on dates separately, some together, and everything. Like, I'm starting to tell her about, my counterpart and the things that we're doing, the places that we're going, like how our dates have been, the kind of things that me and them communicate about, and like how open they are and how they're sharing with me and they're giving me the opportunity to share with them. And then when she's telling me about her and her dude, it's kind of like, very sexually charged. It's just like, well, like they're making out all crazy, and it just seems like, he's having her come over just late at night and things like that. So I'm guessing she's not using her instincts, but for me, I'm kind of like, okay, it doesn't seem like it's, going anywhere, but oh, whatever. I'm just listening to her. I'm sharing, she's sharing her situation, and I'm thinking that it's all good, right? So now the outcome is it gets to, like, I want to say like a good 2 months in, my counterpart is really talking about, wanting to settle down, like, want to kind of make it like serious. Like, we're going to be together. I don't want you dating nobody else. I don't want you dating anybody else. Like, we're making it like official. So, when I start telling her that, I'm starting to kind of get like a little bit of an icy feeling. Like, she doesn't want to come over and do the duo thing anymore. Her and her dude are not talking like to each other like that anymore. So I'm kind of like, well, this is what happens. Like, I'm not thinking anything of it. Like, cool, your situation did work out, my situation's working out. So, the outcome was great. Like, now I'm gonna be in a relationship. This is like, I feel like my first adult relationship, because I'm now out of high school, I'm in college, and I'm finally kind of getting my footing. So then, I want to say, like, a 3 months into my relationship, my counterpart comes back to me, and it's like, how she is going back to, old dude that she don't talk to anymore, talking about me, like, just negatively, like, oh, she thinks she's this, she been doing this, she used to do this, like, and a lot of it, most of it, like, untrue. Because I'm like, okay, girl, like, you know me, but you don't really know me. It takes a lot for me to sit there and tell you anything about my past. So for you to be just coming up with these, cockamamie relationships that you have no idea about, you've never heard me talk about, I'm kind of like, so when, my counterpart is telling me that, and I'm sitting here thinking like, where is this even coming from? So, of course, I go and I talk to her. I'm like, are you saying this? And she's like, no, that's not true. So now it has, she done already built it up. So she's making me think that now the friend, the guy is the one making this whole thing up because now he's jealous. So, for a while, I'm thinking that's the tea. Then it gets to the point where we're talking about, like, unfortunately, way before cell phones was like, really, really a thing. Not everybody and their mama had one back in the day. So now I'm getting prank calls to my house, and it's like random numbers, random people asking for me, all types of night. It's just getting really, really silly. Till, of course, I'm star 69 and I'm star 67. I'm calling back. And then before they know it, they drop her name, like, oh, she made me call, because I guess the people didn't think that I was going to be able to get their information to call them back. Before you know it, now I'm like asking her, like, what's really the tea, like, what's really your issue? And she doesn't say anything. She doesn't act like as if she's upset. But underlyingly, I had kind of felt like there was going to be a little bit of a drift, because back to where your instincts are always true and you should listen to your instincts. Something about a lot of her stories prior to, about her friendships with women and how she got along, she kind of dropped those jewels in the beginning. I didn't pay them attention because we're so friendly, right? So she dropped the facts that she's had issues with girls in the past. She don't really mess around. She don't have a lot of girlfriends. She normally has a lot more male friends, and that's all good and fine, right? But at the same time, there's something that's something that's up, where you're not able to have longevity in friendships, or you're not having longevity in relationships. And I kind of peeped it, but then, I just kind of ignored it, right? It's the ignoring part that's the issue. And then fast forward, come to find out, she really, really wanted to kind of like interrupt and break up my relationship because she was jealous. Like, obviously, I don't want to say obviously. I'm going to say it's more like, where those people that are kind of like crabs in a barrel kind of mentality. Like, you're happy, and because my situation didn't work out, now I just want to ruin yours, and I just want to mess it up. So, outcome was, of course, our friendship kind of like fell apart. Like, after having people call my house, after lying on me, there was just nothing for us to talk about. Fast forward though, what's the outcome? Homegirl finds another ex of mine that I told her about, and that she knew. I mean, it was a kiddie relationship and it was nothing that super serious, but goes and sleeps with them. Yeah, literally sleeps with them on some get back, because it just didn't even make no sense. This person would have never even been her type. I know that because she told me her type and what she was looking for, but she went around and slept with them. And it was almost kind of like one of those, like, you just had to get me back. And why? Why? So, one thing for sure, I wanted to just let you know, trust your instincts. If somebody is moving funny, or somebody tells you certain things that are not suitable for what kind of friendship you're looking for, pay attention to it. Your instincts are right.